In a lush and green forest, where the sun filtered through the leaves and birds sang melodious tunes, lived a clever and adventurous fox named Felix. Felix was known throughout the forest for his quick thinking and witty remarks. One sunny day, he was strolling through the woods, he came across a vineyard he had never seen before. Felix trotted through the forest, his tail swishing behind him. As he rounded a bend, he was met with a sight that made his eyes widen in delight. Before him lay a beautiful vineyard, with vines heavy with plump, juicy grapes. The grapes were a deep shade of purple, glistening under the sunlight. Felix's mouth watered at the thought of tasting them. Felix approached the grapevines, eager to enjoy the delicious fruit. He jumped and stretched, trying to reach the grapes, but they were too high. Undeterred, he climbed onto a nearby rock, but the grapes remained just out of reach. Felix's paws strained as he reached higher, but the grapes seemed to taunt him with their inaccessibility. After several failed attempts and with his paws growing tired, Felix took a step back. He looked up at the grapes, which seemed even more tantalizing now that he couldn't have them. Feeling a bit defeated, Felix sighed and shook his head. "Well," he said aloud, "these grapes are probably sour anyway. They're not worth the effort." As Felix walked away from the vineyard, he muttered to himself, "What a shame. I was so close, but I'm glad I didn't get those sour grapes. I wouldn't want them anyway." The phrase sour grapes soon spread through the forest as Felix shared his experience with other animals. It became a common saying used when pretended not to want something they couldn't have. Felix's adventure with the grapes taught him a valuable lesson about accepting disappointment and moving on. The story of the grapes became a favorite among the animals in the forest, reminding them to avoid pretending to what they couldn't obtain. And so, Felix continued his adventures, his cleverness celebrated throughout the forest.